Jammies check. I'm gonna try and do this quickly because, I forget to charge everything. Ooh, this should have something on it. Hold on. Shit. Okay, now, okay, yeah. Okay, cool. I think we got it, people. Hello, my name is Ro, and I have autism. And you want to know something? Fidget toys aren't cutting it. Fidget toys don't do it for me. They don't. As an adult with autism and ADHD, I kind of need a lot of help in my daily life. And while looking for that help, I was kind of hard pressed to find it. When you're an adult with autism looking for things that could make your life better, a lot of the times, no matter what the hell you search, you will get answers for children. Maybe you come across pages made for parents who are looking for solutions for the autistic child. But as an adult with autism, my needs are different. They've evolved, and things I use to meet those needs have evolved too. The things I use on a daily basis to help with my autism are things I had to kind of figure out for myself, feeling them out and incorporating them into my day until I felt like they helped in some way. So I figured, why not hop on here and give away these tips to any autistic or neurodivergent adult that may need them. So here are 10 things I think every autistic adult should own. Most of them under $30. All of them are under $30, I think. 1. A white noise machine. This is mine, and if it looks busted to hell and back, that's because it is, sis. That's because it is, fam. I've had this thing for nearly half a decade now. I'm pretty sure I've had it pre-2020, and it gets a lot of use. As a person with noise sensitivities, a lot of the time I need silence, but if I can't get it, I get my white noise machine. I sleep with this thing on, I use it throughout the day if I hear people talking in the street or outside my room, or if one of the electronics in my room is making that weird whiny noise that makes me want to throw myself out of a window. This noise machine in particular, like a lot of them, has a lot of different settings, ranging from fan sounds to nature sounds or different colors of noise. Don't be fooled. Do not be fooled. White noise is not your only option. You can use anything from white noise, brown noise, pink noise, blue noise, black noise. They are all available out there. And they are all different tones of static that can really just get your brain in that zen space, that flow space. If you have noise sensitivities, you need one of these. You need to sleep with this on. You need rain sounds, bird sounds, fire sounds, like campfire sounds. It just makes my brain tingle. 2. Earplugs. I love if I was on a desert island with 3 things, I would want all 3 of those things to be earplugs. Wait, if I was on a deserted island, I feel like it would be pretty quiet. You know what I mean. Now, we can't take our noise machines everywhere, so there has to be some other options when that sound. And for me, my weapon of choice is earplugs. Earplugs are it. And with new technology for earplugs being developed every day, especially for those with neurodivergencies, they can be complete lifesavers. I'm literally wearing a pair right now on a metallic lanyard. And I'm pretty sure another one of my pairs are around here somewhere. I'm just gonna assume that I didn't lose those, because I really don't, I really don't want to lose them. Oh, you can't, okay, these are my current ones. These are my current ones. They are the Loop Switches. And the brand that I am super loyal to, Loops, they have so many different levels of earplugs. And no, this is not a sponsored part. I just really love this company. They design earplugs that are specifically made for people with autism, ADHD, misophonia, hyperacusis, and any other things that may bring you sound sound sensitivities. These ones in specific are able to switch between 3 different levels of noise blocking: a very small filter, a musical filter that blocks out maybe 50% of the sound, so you can kind of hear music but not like cheering or anything, and then the full on blocked earplugs mode. Having these is like amazing. They've changed my life, and being able to have them around my neck and switch between different levels depending on what's going on, how close the sound is to me, how long, what frequency it is, it really gives me power in my everyday life just to avoid loud sounds like that and not always be like, like in a ball waiting for the next one. Number 3. Now, for people who hate having things in their ears, they're gonna love the next one. The OGs, the greatest of all time, the GOATs, active noise canceling headphones. Many of you probably know about and love wearing chunky headphones out in public, and active noise canceling headphones are the best ones to do this with. If you don't know what active noise canceling headphones are, ANC, active noise canceling, are able to pick up on the amount of noise pollution in the area and incorporate a level of white noise throughout the music, or if you're not listening to it, through the speakers, in order to block that outside noise. So even if you aren't listening to anything, your active noise canceling headphones can still block out the loud noises around you so you can have some peace and quiet. They're great because they're also very visible, so people know not to really mess with you. But the one thing for me that gives me a downside to active noise canceling headphones is having to remember to charge them. I already forgot to charge the battery for this camera. What do you think? I can't charge another thing. I'm sorry. But if you don't really have that problem, or you're willing to do it because it really doesn't take that much, I just forget every goddamn thing, active noise canceling headphones are an amazing option. Active noise canceling headphones can be a pretty penny, but there are affordable options. Number 3. A weighted lap pad. Now, if you Google life tips for people with autism, 9 times out of 10, you will get the answer weighted blanket. And I agree, weighted blankets are absolutely amazing. They are backed by actual science, deep tissue therapy, I believe it is, or deep tissue pressure, something like that. Editor me. And it's actually shown that they can lower your blood pressure and make it easier to fall and stay asleep. But a lot of them are like 15 pounds, and I know that a lot of us are not like super buff. Weighted blankets can be amazing, but they can also be a little bit too weighted, and a lot of the time it's not practical to tote around a huge blanket or wrap ourselves up in one while we're doing something like going on the computer. Enter weighted lap pad. Weighted lap pads are exactly what they sound like. There are pads that you can lay across your lap, your back, your chest if you're laying down, in order to give you that smaller sensation of a weighted blanket. Weighted lap pads can come into any weight from 5 to 10 pounds, and they are very, very portable, so you can take them anywhere with you. I particularly like to take this lap pad with me in a backpack. It comes with a carrying bag, but I just put it in a backpack, and I can rest the backpack on my lap without even taking out the lap pad. So I have it in my bag and have my bag on my lap, and maybe I'll have my bag open just so I can rub my hands over the soft texture. But so for autistic people who love stuffed animals and get a lot of comfort from them, or just want a smaller version and a cheaper version of a weighted blanket, weighted lap pads are an amazing option. You can get them in more nicer, cuter styles like this, or more professional adult styles that are kind of more plain. Or if you want to go the extra mile, you can also get a weighted plushie, which is a lot less portable but a lot more cute. 5. Candles and incense. I will back this until my dying day. Candles and incense. This isn't even like, that's not even half of my incense collection. Incense are it. And candles too. Now, a lot of us don't notice it, but smells can be so overwhelming and just terrible. Whether it's somebody cooking in the next room, or just a weird funky smell that you get out of nowhere, smells can be very disruptive, and for me personally, they can often bring on kind of tension headaches that I don't realize until it's too late. Having incense and candles can mitigate that. And while places like Yankee Candle give scents a bad name, I feel like incense and candles can kind of get a bad rap. My favorite thing about them is they are extremely cheap. They can go for as low as $5, and there's thousands and thousands of scents out there. So if you're into more citrusy scents, or more rosy scents, or more woody scents, there is definitely an incense or candle out there for you. And they're not just good for getting rid of other smells, they can be good for relaxing too. My favorite smell is jasmine, so whenever I feel the need to relax or I'm already super relaxed, I put on jasmine so my brain knows it's time to get into the zone. Incense and candles can be a great way to regulate your nervous system and switch tasks too. So every time I work, I may put on a very specific incense so my brain knows it's time to work. Take that brain hack and run with it. 6. Low lighting. There's a reason that I am wearing these shades on camera, and that's because I am also very light sensitive. Sitting under all these lights is literally hell for me. And it might not look very bright on camera, but I'm like, there's a light there, there's a light there, there's a light on top of the camera, and there's a light behind me, and it's killing me, girl, it's killing me. Having low lighting is a must, especially for when the sun goes down. People with neurodivergencies are known to have delayed circadian rhythms, making it harder for us to sleep. And blue light from things like phones or TVs can also add to that. Right here, I have a puck light that can actually change colors. Hold on. Oh wow, you can't really see it. On camera, it's changing colors, Having that on after sunset really allows my body to get into more of a sleepy mood and understand that yes, the sun has gone down and that we are ready to relax and sleep. Think of it like living in the 1880s. Once the sun goes down, everybody used low lighting and candles, and that can really be helpful once the sun goes down for people like us. It can also help with overstimulation, which my favorite kind of low lighting are sunset lamps. These are lamps that can run you from $5 to $15, and they are beautiful.
No way, that looks crazy in person.
Sunset lamps are made to give you sunset indoors, and they can give your room a golden halo that kind of gives you that like golden hour feel 24/7. They're amazing because you can change the colors to your liking. You can make it a gradient, you can make it gradual, you can change the brightness. A lot of them are controlled by an app, so that gives you a lot more freedom, and it's just beautiful. I mean, look at these photos. They're beautiful. Mine's broke. Don't ask me how, but they're amazing, and I definitely want to get a new one as soon as possible. And considering they can go from like $10 to $15, $20 at max, I think they're a pretty good buy. Number 7. And this one nobody tells you. Nobody will tell you this. But I'm going to tell you this right now. Get a sensory swing. Go and get a sensory swing right now. Why should the kids have all the fun? Sensory swings are literally perfect. If you don't have $3,000 lying around to get a sensory deprivation tank installed in your home, then a sensory swing is the next best thing. And considering most of them go for under $25, they are lifesavers. If you don't know, a sensory swing is a hammock made of lycra in a kind of pod shape. Going in one kind of cocoons you in this tight fabric that gives you the same effect as a weighted blanket, except all over. And because you're hanging, it also gives you a very weightless, kind of soothing feeling. You can rock in it. It's just very, very comforting. Sensory swings are also kind of used as yoga swings by some people, and if you are like me and don't get a lot of movement in your day, these can be really helpful. Every single morning I wake up and get in my sensory swing and just face my window so I can get that kind of sensory warmth, get that sensory regulation, get that sunlight into my body, and it's amazing. It's the perfect part of my morning routine that is completely indispensable. Why should the kiddies get the cool stuff? Like, I mean, come on. We all still need that. We all still need sensory regulation. And considering most of them hold up to 220 pounds, and there are ones that go even higher, I think a sensory swing is a great option for any neurodivergent adult who just needs that space to decompress. 8. A comfort food to go. We all know the feeling, we all do it. You're coming out of hyperfocus maybe 5 hours after you opened up The Sims, and now you kind of have a beautiful Sim family and a headache. And you haven't eaten all day. Or drank water. What do you do? Well, if you are me, you just go into the kitchen and grab one of your favorite prepackaged croissants. Excuse me, croissant. A croissant. You grab one of your prepackaged croissants. You throw that baby in the microwave for 45 seconds and you scran it down. You go to town on it. Having a comfort food to go it's a no-brainer. And because it's your comfort food, it can range anywhere from $3 to $5 to $10, as long as you are able to have it in the house. Maybe it's granola bars, or oatmeal, or beef jerky. Having that thing there that you can instantly grab and just chew a couple bits of and get that energy back in your body is something indispensable for people who go into hyperfocus like me. My comfort food all around are hamburgers. I love hamburgers. But when I'm not in the mood to make one, I just pop some White Castle microwavable burgers straight into the microwave them for a minute and a half, and then I have piping hot hamburgers. Amazing. I love living in the future. So always having a to-go food stored in your pantry or your fridge, that's something every autistic person should have on deck 24/7. 9. A special interest item. Meet Peter. He is a Spider-Man plushie. And if you don't know, Spider-Man is 100% my special interest. I am literally obsessed with every single Spider-Man movie that has come out in my lifetime. I run a Spider-Man blog 24/7. I write essays about my favorite Spider-Men and Spider-Women. 9 times out of 10, if you ask me about what I'm thinking about, it's Spider-Man, boo. The only thing up in this head is Hobie Brown. Only him. Having a special interest item that you can keep near you, hang up in your room, or see all the time is a great thing for every autistic person, and I think we should all have it. A lot of the times we are taught that we should be ashamed of our special interests, or that we should hide them or minimize them or not talk about them. A lot of times we have to pull ourselves away from them to get ourselves out of hyperfocus. But that doesn't mean we should admonish or hate having special interests. If anything, special interests make us even more richer in personality, and a lot of times they're the ways that we process our emotions or get our minds off of things when they get too tough. If your special interest is something like a video game, having a poster of that video game on your wall, even when you can't play it, is an amazing reminder that can just make your room feel so much more you. Having a poster of your favorite artist, too, can have the same effect. If your special interest is marine biology, having a shirt of your favorite kind of whale can feel so empowering, especially when you wear it outside. You deserve to have a special interest item. You deserve to love and be proud of your special interest, no matter what it is. So, investing in a special interest item is definitely on this list. 10. A comfort outfit, or cozy clothes. I know when I get overstimulated, the first thing that starts to irritate me is the clothes I'm wearing. Whether it's too hot and it's polyester or it's too scratchy. Ugh! When I am overstimulated, I just need that change. And for me, having cozy clothes is that. Having a set of pajamas that you can jump into when you're feeling overstimulated or you're coming home after a long day is a fast track to getting out of overstimulation. For me, my comfy clothes is a poo onesie. It is perfect. It's not too hot, it's not too heavy, and it's absolutely adorable. Every time I wear it, I feel completely cozy all over, and because it's one fabric, I'm not too irritated by any tags or hems that may be pressing up against me. It's absolutely perfect, especially because it has a butt flap. Now, your cozy clothes may look different. They may look like a pair of sweatpants or an old t-shirt that you've owned for literally forever. But just having them there and being able to jump into them is an amazing tactic for any autistic person out there. For me personally, I like to only wear my comfy clothes when I'm in that overstimulation mood and trying to change out of it once I've come down. And the reason I do that is so I don't have to wash it as often. Literally, I only have it there for overstimulation, and I get out of it as soon as possible because I know if I stay in it as long as I want to, I'll stay in it all day, and then I'll have to wash it, and then next time I need it, I won't have it because it will be smelly. Comfy clothes. So try and get pajamas in a fabric you like and a color you like. Try and make it stylish if you can. There are a lot of amazing loungewear options out there that go for under $30 or even under $20. And having loungewear and comfy clothes that make you feel happy and make you feel fashionable and make you feel like you look good can also be an amazing boost to your mood. Was that all of them? I think that was all. Was that all 10? I can't tell. Well, hey. If that wasn't 10, here's another one. And if that was 10, here's a bonus one. But before we get to that, in case you are a forgetful Nancy like me, I just wanted to include a list of all 10 that I've went through so far. Just for your screenshotting purposes. One thing that every autistic adult should have and strive for, hands down, and yeah, this is the hardest one, but it's also free, a community. Now, I know, a lot of us have social difficulties. In the past, we've had experiences that may alienate us from being in large groups and communities. I know for me, I really felt like I wouldn't fit in anywhere because growing up, even in my adult life, that's how I felt. But I genuinely think that finding and interacting with other autistic adults is one of the first steps in really genuinely healing as an autistic adult who has grown up in a neurotypical world. Meeting other autistic adults and understanding that the things that you do are normal and common and even humorous in some aspect is an amazing way to begin to feel comfortable with who you are and your autism diagnosis if you are somebody who was recently diagnosed or who are recently self-diagnosing with autism, which is completely okay to do. That's like completely fine. Don't worry. For instance, I didn't know until I started getting into more adult autism spaces that doing this with your hands and like holding your hands like a dinosaur is a common thing. And other people find it comfortable too. My mom used to call it like my Mr. Burns hands. But now I know that in the community it's called dino hands and that a lot of people do it. That a lot of people do toe walking. Growing up, my mom called it my supermodel walk because I would walk with my hands straight down at my sides and walk on my tippy toes like I was walking in heels. So my mom would call it my model walk. But now I know that it's toe walking, and that is another common thing in the autism community. Also, if you see smoke, my house isn't burning down. I have incense going. And while a lot of us may be uncomfortable or uneducated on how to enter social situations, the best thing about this one is that not only is it free, but it can be tailored to your comfortability level. Yeah, let's go with that. It can be tailored to what you feel most comfortable with. For me, I highly recommend going up on sites like Meetup and maybe finding if there are any autistic adult groups in your area. Many of them may hold meetups, or the one around me held a D&D introduction session. There are many activities that you can focus on and you don't mainly feel pressured to socialize. Or if you're not comfortable with that, maybe you can find a Discord for people who have autism. I know my meetup group also has a Discord that you can join, and a lot of the times they have meetups over Zoom with things like workshops on how to build friendships and relationships, or just hangouts where people get to word dump about their special interests. These spaces, even lurking in them like I do, can be so healing and so eye-opening in our experiences as autistic adults in a neurotypical world. And hey, if even that is too much for you, maybe you can just hop into the autism tag on TikTok or Tumblr in order to see what other people are saying or sharing about their lives. Anywhere you can start, it's a start. And having a community is something that every autistic person should have. Every autistic adult should be able to feel like they have people around who understand them and who are going through this too, and have resources to better cope with it. So we can all live our lives in easier, wholesome, more helpful ways. And hey, if you have no idea where to look for a community, why not stick around and subscribe? I mean, ADHD right here. ADHD. I got your back, homie. Let's be a community. Let's all group hug or group handshake or group psychic hug or whatever you feel comfortable with. Maybe subscribe, maybe subscribe. But wherever you find your community and wherever you find your place, I hope you are comfortable and happy there, and I hope you feel accepted and known and understood, because that's something every autistic adult needs. All of these things are amazing, but that is the bottom line of the one thing that every autistic adult needs at the end of the day: self-acceptance and love. So there you go. Those are 11 things I think every autistic adult should have just to make their lives a little bit easier. If you have anything that doesn't appear on this list, I would genuinely love to hear it. We are struggling out here. I know we all got those issues. So if you got a solution that you simply love, no matter how big or small or niche, just drop it down in the comment section below. If you do anything that's already on this list, tell me how it works for you. I bet people who are curious about certain things on this list would love to hear your experience. And if you do try out something new from this list, I would love to hear about that too. Now, with that being said, have a divergent day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.